What's going on, guys? Dig here, ready to teach you how to do the Shadowed Throne Easter egg, and yes, you can do it solo. Now, the loadout that you're going to want to bring is going to be the sap. Go ahead and copy my attachments as well, and do not get rid of it because we're going to be using it for the boss fight. Your special ability is going to be Free Fire. Your mods are going to be Resourceful, Fully Loaded, and Specialist Training. You're also going to want to bring in the Sticky Grenades. Now, for your consumables, you're going to want to either a max ammo, or you're going to want a key to open up the map a lot easier as well. Now, just like every World War II Easter egg guide that I have made so far, do not end the round unless you are ready to progress to the next round for the Easter egg. Like I said, keep the rounds as low as possible when you are doing a World War II Easter egg. Also, make sure that you're being proficient with your points. Make sure you get 3 shots and then a melee to get the maximum amount of points at the start. By round 2, you're going to make your way outside of spawn all the way upstairs, and you're going to go outside. Once you're outside, you're going to follow the path that I take up the stairs to the left, and you'll find a radio over here. On your screen right now is a cheat sheet that you're going to use. There are going to be 3 different frequencies that you're going to try to put on the radio until you get a green light. Once you get a green light and you hear Morse code, then we can move on to the next step of the Easter egg. One thing I want you to keep in mind, that zombies can still attack you while you're on the radio. Hop off of it once they hit you one time so you don't get cornered in this spot. Just a recommendation, just anytime you get hit one time when you're on the radio, hop off of it and loop them around and go back to it once the zombies are cleared out of the way. Another tip I can give you, if you're on the radio and you're playing on mouse and keyboard, you can hold down shift to make the knobs go faster. But like I said, once you get that Morse code beeping and you get your green light, stand up and look at the top of the radio. You'll get 2 different letters and a dash and then a number. Go ahead and write that down so you can use that later on for the Easter egg. Now, if you turn around for the radio and you go to your left, you see all the zombies hanging. If you look to the left, you'll see another zombie hanging over the side with carrying a bat. If you pick up that bat, now you have a stronger melee to make it easier to get points as well. Now, turning around for the radio the way that we came up, go down the stairs, go to your right, go through the museum, and then go to the right through the door, and then take your left, and you're going to go to the back side to go to the church. Once you're inside the church, you're going to see a map. Now, looking at your map, you're going to find a red pin on your map. It's going to be different each game that you play. You're going to look for the district that the red pin is on, and you're going to jot that down, and then to your left, you're going to find 2 pieces of paper that will have the districts on the left side. You're going to look through and find your district, and then you're going to look for your 2 little letters that were on top of your radio, and then you're going to write down that frequency. And then you're going to move to the right side, and then you're going to find the number that was the dash number on the radio too as well, and then you're going to write down that frequency. Now you have your 2 numbers for your frequency for the radio. Just keep in mind the one on the left side is going to be for the dial on the left, and the one on the right side is going to be for the second dial on the right side of the radio. Also, I feel like this goes without saying, please only use the letters and numbers that are inside the box area of your own district. Do not use the districts that are above your district or below your district on the piece of paper as well. But once you get your 2 frequencies, go back to the radio and punch them in. Once you get the green light, you are ready for the next step of the Easter egg. By this time, you should still be on round 4. You're going to open up the door to the theater and go up the stairs to your left side. You'll find a magnifying glass on the couch right here. Go ahead and pick that up. Now make your way back inside the church, and then the map will have the magnifying glass on it. Now you're going to interact with it, and you're going to move the magnifying glass to a specific coordinate on the map. On your screen right now, you're seeing a cheat sheet for all the coordinates that it could possibly be. The first number is going to be your top number on the map, and the second number is going to be the left side number on the map. Now you're going to want to move your magnifying glass to the right side 8 times and then down 11. Once you get in the right position, interact with the map, and then to your right side, this cabinet's going to open up if you have the right coordinates placed onto the map. If it did not open up, move on to the next set of coordinates that you have on the cheat sheet and then interact with the map. If it did not open up, move on to the next coordinates on the cheat sheet until the cabinet opens up. You can make an easy loop by dropping off this ledge and having the zombie drop off and making your way back inside to put in your next coordinates. The proper way to get the right coordinates in your game is to listen to the radio to get the Morse code from it, but the Morse code is super fast on the radio, so it's super hard to listen out for your proper coordinates for this step. So it's a lot easier just to do this loop and put in the coordinates one by one until the cabinet opens up. But once the cabinet opens up, go ahead and grab the golden bowl and then make your way into the museum. You're gonna go up the second set of stairs over here to the right side, and then you're gonna go place the bowl on top of this right here on top of the table. Also, while you're inside the museum, if you look to your right side of the first flight of stairs, you'll find a pickaxe inside of a zombie. You can pick that up for a stronger melee than the bat. Now let's pick up a battery that you're going to use for the wonder weapon of the map. The first location is going to be located inside the museum to the left side of the armor stand right here. The second location is going all the way up the stairs in the museum to the right side of the melee perk right there. And the third and final one is going to be located inside the theater up the stairs to the left side, where you pick up the magnifying glass to the right side of the Thompson right there. Now make your way outside of the museum to the right side. You'll find this little box by a flare. Go ahead and shoot the lock on the box and then shoot inside the box to launch out the flares. Once the flares are launched out, a blimp's going to come by and anchor onto the ground. Now once the blimp anchors down, the zombie will be turned into a sizzler. Once he turns into a sizzler, go in front of the armor stand that's by stamina in the main court area, and you're going to want to get a melee kill in front of this stand. Once you do this, you'll be given the second part for the wonder weapon, and the head is going to be on the zombie armor stand. Go ahead and pick up the head off the armor stand, and then you're going to make your way downstairs inside this second room that's outside of spawn. You're going to place the battery inside this little console. console. Once the gate opens up, pick up the battery on the opposite side and then place both parts on the blunderbuss that's on the table. And then you can pick up your water weapon, and to the right side you're going to shoot this cash register. Once you shoot this cash register, it's going to show a picture, and at the bottom of the picture it's going to be another frequency for the radio. Write down the frequency, and the way that you get out of here is by turning back around where you picked up the battery originally, and you're going to shock it with your new wonder weapon. Eventually the gate is going to rise, and then you're going to make your way back to the radio, and then you're going to put in that new frequency. Once you put in that new frequency and you get a green light and it says you have contacted a smuggler, you are done with this step. Also, congratulations, you do not have to touch this radio anymore. Also, before we move on to the next step, the Easter egg, a little helpful tip: if you don't want the zombie to be turned into a sizzler, if you shoot his arm off of him, he will not be turned into a sizzler. Just keep in mind, don't let him despawn because he will respawn with both arms. Now make your way back inside the wonder weapon room, and on top of the table to the right side of the wonder weapon, you'll see a stack of bullets. It will either be assault rifle, SMG, or shotgun ammo. Whichever is your type, you have to go pick up that weapon. You can pick up a shotgun ammo type inside spawn is the sawed-off shotgun. The SMG type is going to be the MP40 inside the courtyard area, and then the assault rifle is going to be the FJ42 inside the church. Whichever one is yours, go ahead and pick up that weapon, trade it out for the wonder weapon because you can go pick up the wonder weapon for free back on that bench. Now make your way to the back side of the theater. On the ground you'll find this gas manifold. You're going to melee it open and then give him the weapon. If you did not give him the right weapon, you will not get armed the smuggler. If you got armed the smuggler, then you gave him the right weapon. We'll come back to this later because we're going to have to wait 3 rounds for the next step for this. Now make your way into the museum, and on the second floor you'll see one of the anchors inside the roof. You're going to want to keep on shooting it with the wonder weapon to charge it. Once it turns green, you have fully charged it up. You can use your special ability free fire to continuously shoot with the infinite ammo. If you only have one zombie left, be careful because this weapon has an AoE, and if the zombie's right behind you, you will accidentally take it out if he's behind you while you're shooting this weapon. The second one, as soon as you charge that one up, you're going to turn around and exit out of the museum, and to the left side in front of double tap will be the second one that you're going to charge up. This one can be charged up with zombie souls, but I highly recommend using your wonder weapon so you don't end the round and progress through rounds. Now make your way to the third floor of the museum and place your sizzler head on the golden bowl that we placed down earlier, and then the rabbit to the right side of the table will be a soul box. Go ahead and fill up the soul box, and then the drawer will open up, and then you can pick up a axe. You're going to take this axe to the right side outside of the church and place it right here on this mold. Now make your way into the master bedroom, and you're going to pick up this painting to the left side of the bed. Once you pick up this painting, go inside the theater, and then to the right side you'll find a projector. Go ahead and place the painting down, and above the projector you're going to shoot down this film. Once you shoot down the film, turn around, on the ground will be the film. Go ahead and pick it up and place it on the projector. Once you place it on the projector, shoot the projector with the wonder weapon, which will charge up the projector. And if you look across on the theater screen, you'll see a green dot and a map. The green dot on the map is going to indicate a clown location where it is going to be a soul box that you have to fill up. So what you're going to do is you're going to look at your green dot on the screen, and you're going to match it to this mini map that I made for you for all 10 doll locations. Once you figure out which is your location, you're going to head to that location of that clown, and we are going to start filling it up. It is imperative that you actually count how many souls each doll takes to fill up, because you're going to need to know that exact number. One thing to keep in mind, you'll never get the same number in a row. In the maximum souls that a soul box is going to take is 9. Once you fill up your first location, you're going to go back to the theater, and it's going to give you another green dot. Just go to the next doll. You're going to have to do this 4 different times to get 4 different numbers. Also, a major tip that I could give you: once you fill up all 4 dolls, it will restart the clowns again. So if you miscounted in one of the dolls, or you think you got the wrong number, you can go back and refill up all 4 dolls and count again, just to make sure that you had the right numbers. Now I'm going to show you all the doll locations. The first location is going to be located inside a spawn to the right side of the sawed-off shotgun. The second location is going to be located inside the pack-a-punch room on the ground right there. The third location is going to be located where you got the wonder weapon on the ground right there. The fourth location is going to be located up the stairs to the right side inside this cage right here. The fifth location is going to be located outside in the main street in front of Stamina on the ground right here. The sixth location is going to be located inside of the museum on top of the chandelier. The seventh location is going to be located on top of double tap. The eighth location is going to be located outside of the church to the left side on top of this door right here. The ninth location is going to be located outside of the church to the right side inside the water right here. And then for the 10th and final location, it's going to be located inside the theater to the right side of the screen in the back right here. Now once you get your code, you're going to have to head out of the master bedroom to the right side, and you'll find this vault right here. You're going to have to interact with it, and you're putting your code. You're going to have to turn the knob to the right to your first number, then you have to turn it to the left for your second number, and then to the right for your third, and then to your left once again for your fourth and final number. Once you get it on the fourth and final number, you're going to interact with the vault, and then it's going to open up. Now this step is really annoying because zombies still can attack you. I highly recommend bringing the zombie super far away, and then ending the round, and then using the 20 seconds that you have for the round change to put in the code. You should have enough time with the round changing to put in the code. If you're playing with multiple players, just have the other person hold the zombie for you. And no, it doesn't work like a regular normal one in real life where you have to spin it 3 times to reset it from 0. All you have to do is go to your first number, but spin it to the right first, and then spin it to the left for your second number, and then spin it to the right once again for your third, and then for the fourth and final number, spin it to the left. left. If you're playing on mouse and keyboard, you can hold down shift to spin the knob faster. Also, I've noticed this combination has some leeway. If you go past your number, it's okay. If you do go past it, just make sure you stop directly on your number. At any point, if you feel like you mess up, just place it back at 0, get off the vault, and then hop back on it, and then put in your combination back in once again. But once the vault is open up, pick up the knife, and then go to the right side of the church, and then you'll find the mold. Go ahead and place the knife inside this mold. Now, at this point of the Easter egg, you should have gone through 3 more rounds after you gave the smuggler a weapon, and then go in front of the theater down the steps. You'll find another gas manifold. Go ahead and melee it open, and then continuously drop points on top of the hole to pay off the smuggler. Once you pay the smuggler, you're going to wait about 2 to 3 minutes, and then go down inside the wonder weapon room, and then you're going to melee this door. Continuously melee the door until a Westling knocks the door down. You're going to take out the Westling, and then the bat is going to be laying on the ground. Go ahead and pick up the bat that's on the ground, and then take it to the mold to the right side of the church and place it inside this mold. Now let's unlock Pack-a-Punch. If you make your way in front of the theater to the right side by this door, to the left on the wall will be a panel that you need to throw a grenade on to blow it open. And then you're going to have to charge it up with your wonder weapon. It should take about 3 or 4 seconds to charge it up. And then if you go down the hill to the right side by this door to the left through the bars, you'll see another panel. Throw a grenade on it, blow it open, and then charge it up 3 or 4 seconds with the wonder weapon. Once you charge up those 2 panels, the Pack-a-Punch will be unlocked right over here inside this elevator. Also, while you're inside the Pack-a-Punch room, if you turn around, if you look up inside the ceiling, you will see the 3rd anchor that you need to charge up with a wonder weapon. Make sure you charge that up as well. Now make your way back to the right side of the church where you placed down all the melees, and now you're going to have to get 20 regular zombie kills in front of the soul box to fill it up. This is the sound indication that you will get once the soul box is filled up. Now, for the second stage of the soul box is going to require 10 sizzlers. What I highly recommend is when you take out 1 sizzler, make a lap around the map and then eventually come back. By the time you get back here, you should have a sizzler chasing you at that point. And all you need is 10 sizzlers to fill up the soul box. Once you fill up the soul box, you'll hear this sound to indicate that it is fully charged. Now for the next soul box challenge, you're going to have to take out 10 pests. Once you take out 10 pests, the door will open up behind you, and then you're ready for the next step of the Easter egg. Once you reach to the bottom of the stairs, right above the golden statue, you'll see another anchor. You're going to have to charge it up with the wonder weapon. One thing to keep in mind, if you're trying to keep the zombie alive, make sure you don't have him near you while you're charging it up, because it can take it out. Don't forget, you also have your free fire ability if you have it available to activate to get infinite ammo as well if you're getting close to running out of ammo with your blunderbuss. To know once you fully charge it up, it will say lower the drop pod. Also, once you charge up the anchor, you'll be stuck down here until you complete the next step that I'm about to explain. Now, for this next step of the Easter egg, I highly recommend keeping 1 zombie alive or keeping a pest alive. Make sure you take off the zombie's arm so he doesn't turn into a sizzler, or if you keep a pest, the pest will never turn into a sizzler. Now, once you make your way down the bottom of the stairs to the right side, you'll find a wall with 3 different statues. The far left one's going to be A, the middle one's going to be B, and the far right one's going to be C. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to click on the link inside the description that'll take you to this site called Chronorium. Once you make it to the site, you'll see on the left side where it says which wall. You're going to click on the first wall, and then you're going to move your arrows to point the direction that your statue is looking towards. For an example, in my game, my A statue is looking to the left, my B statue is looking to the right, and my C statue is looking to the right. And then I'm going to click solve. Once you click solve on the right side, it's going to tell you the solutions. For mine, I'm going to have to rotate my C statue twice, and I'm going to have to rotate my B statue 3 times. The way that you make the statues rotate is you got to shoot them. Once you do enough damage, they will rotate 1 time. Once you rotate the statues in the right direction, and all of them are facing forward, a bird will appear in the center one. Pick up the bird, and then we're going to have to move to the next wall to your left side. This will be called the second wall. Now what you're going to do is rinse and repeat the same steps that we just did. You're going to click on the second wall. You're going to face the arrows the direction that your statues are facing from A, B, C, D. And then once you click solve, you're going to rotate those statues only. And then you should get a bird if you have rotated them correctly. And then you're going to move to your left to the next wall, rinse and repeat the same steps that I just explained. And then once you get that bird from the center, you're going to move to the next wall to the left. And then you're going to rinse and repeat the steps once again to get the final 4th bird. Now let's say that you messed up and you rotated the A statue 1 too many times than you were supposed to. That's okay. Just stop, look at the positions that the statues are facing now, punch that back into the site and click solve, and then rotate the statues to the new solution that you got. Now once you got all 4 birds, you're gonna have to place them in a specific order on the statue that's in the center. Go ahead and place all 4 birds on the center randomly to make you fail this step. Once you fail this step, it's gonna lightning strike the statue and all the birds are gonna scatter around the floor on the grass. This will make it a lot easier for me to tell you which bird to pick up first, second, third, and fourth to place on the statue in a specific spot. The first bird that we're going to pick up is going to be the standing up bird. This one usually has a green mark on the back side of him, so keep an eye out for looking for that. But this one is just standing straight up. Now, once you pick up the bird, you're going to place the bird on the back left side of the statue, and it's going to be facing towards the left side. Here's a freeze frame example of what it needs to be looking like. Now, we're going to pick up the bird statue where its head is turned 90 degrees. Now, once you pick up that bird statue on the back right corner of the statue, you're going to place the bird going to be facing to the right side if you're standing from the back side looking at the statue. statue. Here's a freeze frame look of what it's supposed to look like. The next bird that we're going to be picking up is going to be the leaning forward bird. It looks like a Pelagornis from Ark while it's walking on the ground. Once you pick up the leaning forward bird, you're going to place it to the right side of the crank neck bird, and you're going to place it behind it. This is the freeze frame example of what it should look like. And for the final bird, we're going to be picking up the screaming bird. Once you pick up the screaming bird, you're going to place it in the front side of the statue, right in front of its foot, right here in the right side corner. Here is a freeze frame example of what it should look like. And once you place down all 4 birds in the right way, go ahead and pick up the sword that's in the front of the statue. Once you pick up this sword, go to the very top of the big stairs and place it inside the mold to the left side, thus opening up the door. Now it's time to get ready for the boss fight. Before we go to the boss fight, don't forget to hit that sub button. It is greatly appreciated. It's completely free. You can always change your mind later on if you want. Only about 9% of my viewership is sub to me, so if you are a recurring viewer and you enjoy my Easter egg guides and you come back watching them, don't forget to hit that sub button. It is greatly appreciated. Now the melee weapon that you're going to want to bring for the boss fight is going to be the dagger that's inside the vault. One thing that's really great about this dagger, if you hold down your aim button and you knife a zombie and you do this animation, it gives you 1 shield in the bottom left corner. Just keep in mind, if you take damage while you are doing this, you will not be able to gain that shield. Now the perks that you're going to want to bring for the boss fight is going to be stamina, double tap, speed cola, and then quick revive. Don't forget to get Jax out of the box before you go to the boss fight as well. Now once you're all set for the boss fight, go in front of the radio that you were messing with earlier in the Easter egg and you'll see a pod. Everybody must enter the pod and shoot the coils at the top of the pod with your wonder weapon. Everybody must have 100% on their wonder weapon to be able to make it up into the blimp. Once you guys are all ready, everybody shoot the coils at the same time and continuously shoot it until you run out of ammo in your wonder weapon. Eventually you will reach the top of the blimp and we're ready to start the boss fight. Now once you or your team have made it to the top of the blimp, go ahead and get it down to 1 zombie per the round. You don't have to shoot the arms off because zombies will not turn into scissors anymore once you're up here. Now once you got it down to 1 zombie, enter the blimp into the middle, and to the right side up the stairs will be a console. Go ahead and hop on the console and then move the light that's on the console to the right side. Eventually you'll stop and then you're going to have to interact to make it open up the next gate. Go down the stairs to your right side and go to the next console and move the light forward and interact with it to open up the next gate once you have the light in the correct position. Once you have it in the correct position, go straight forward down the tunnel. Up the stairs to the right side, you'll find another console. Go ahead and move the light to the right side, move it up, and then move it to the right, and then interact. Once you interact, go across to the other side, you'll find another console. Hop on the next console and you're going to move the light forward to the left, and then you're going to move the light down. Once you move the light down, interact to open up this gate. And then you're going to have to hop back onto that console, and then you're going to have to move the light back down and then back to the right. And then go back to the original console to the right side of the hallway door, and then you're going to bring the light once again to the left, down and once again, and then you're going to have to bring the light down once again, and then once again bring the light to the right side. Once the light reaches to the right side, hop off of it by interacting, and then hop on the next console to the right side. Once you're on this console, move the light to the right, then move the light up once, and then interact to open up the gate, and then move the light up one more time. Then quickly run to the opposite side to the other console, and then you're going to hop on it, and then you're going to move the light to the right, thus starting the boss fight. And yes, the zombie can still attack you while you're doing this, so make sure you get the zombie far away so you can move the light easier. Also, once the zombie hits you one time, make sure you hop off the console right away so you don't get down immediately if you're on it for too long. Now, 2 tips that I want to recommend before the boss fight even starts: make sure that you're not just willy-nilly taking out zombies like crazy so the rounds don't progress. Also, it's highly recommended to not be spamming your sap pistol unless you're shooting at the boss to do damage to him, because you do have enough ammo to take him out for the first 2 waves, but it does come close to where you are going to run out of ammo, maybe, perhaps. So sometimes that max ammo consumable comes in clutch, or sometimes if you are progressing through rounds, try to get to round 20 because that's when you do get a max ammo. Now, how the first wave of the boss fight works is basically the boss acts like a Wrestling. What you have to do is you have to shoot him to enrage him, and then he'll start charging at you. At the moment when you shoot him, you can do a little bit of damage, and then once he's raging up to get mad at you, you can just do a little bit more extra damage to him. But when he's sprinting towards you, you can't do any damage to him. You just gotta stop shooting once you're not getting any more hit markers to save your ammo and to do the maximum amount of damage to him in that brief small period of time that you have. Now, I highly recommend keeping the zombies in between the middle and in the back side of the blimp and keeping them trained up. Try not to take out any zombies because you're just gonna get clustered and you're just gonna continue ending the round if you keep on taking out zombies. Also, I highly recommend do not go up the small stairs because you can get yourself trapped up there very easily, and you're gonna have to accidentally take out zombies as well just to try to get yourself out of that sticky situation. Also, don't forget you do have your dagger if you're missing shields to collect shields once again from the zombies. Also, another major tip that I can give you, it's a no-brainer. Anytime you see a bomber or a Wrestling, go ahead and take them out immediately because they're just gonna mess up your training, so just take them out as soon as you see them. But once you do enough damage to him, he'll be moved on to his second stage. Now, the way that you know he's going on to the second stage is he'll start spawning in sizzlers, and that's the only time where you could do damage to him. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna shoot him one time to make him get enraged and charge at you. He's gonna start sprinting and running around and trying to attack you. As soon as he stops after sprinting, that's when he's gonna spawn in sizzlers. I highly recommend dump as much ammo into him as fast as possible to do as much DPS as you can to him, and take out the sizzlers right away as well, so you're not dealing with him while you're in the boss fight as well. Once again, keep on repeating this reaction action, shoot him to get him enraged, get him to chase you down. As soon as he stops, wait about 2 to 3 seconds, and then you can dump damage into him as he's spawning his sizzlers. Once you do enough damage to him, he'll move on to his next stage, which is his third and final stage. Now, all you have to do for the third and final stage is you just got to wait out until he starts to spawn in a smoke screen around him. Once he spawns in a smoke screen around him, you're going to pull out your wonder weapon and you're just going to dump as much damage into him as possible. I highly recommend using your jacks at this point to get the zombies off of you so you can do as much DPS as you can to him with the wonder weapon. Also, I highly recommend using your free fire so you can get more ammo so you can dump as much DPS as you can during that time period as well. Also, don't forget that you can anchor the zombies with the wonder weapon to get more ammo for your wonder weapon so you don't have to worry about if you're running out of ammo. If you're curious how to do that, all you gotta do is click your aim button, whatever it is on your controller or mouse and keyboard. But once you do this enough and you do enough damage to him, you have officially taken him out. Once you take him out, you have to wait about a minute or two, and then all your teammates in, you have to head into the elevator that you took to get up here. Once everybody's inside, it will close the door and then you'll be sent back into the map. Once you're sent into the map, the Easter egg has been completed. I hope you guys enjoyed the Easter egg guide. Don't forget to hit that follow button and the like button, and I hope to see you guys in the next Easter egg guide for Frozen Dawn. Peace.